Dust motes danced in the beam of our flashlight, illuminating a hidden room. The air was thick with the scent of age and neglect, each particle telling a story of time long forgotten. As we stepped further inside, the beam of light revealed more of the room's secrets, each corner holding a piece of the past. Musty air, thick with the scent of decay, hit us like a wall. The wallpaper, once vibrant, now hung in tatters, peeling away to reveal the bare bones of the house. It was as if the room itself was shedding its skin, exposing the raw history beneath. The scent was overpowering, a mix of mold, dust, and something indefinable, something that spoke of years of abandonment. Floorboards groaned under our weight, each step a protest against our intrusion. The wood, aged and brittle, seemed to whisper secrets of those who had walked here before us. Every creak and groan was a reminder of the house's age, a testament to its endurance through the years. It felt as though the house was alive, reacting to our presence with every move we made. We were the first souls in this space for decades, maybe longer. The room had an eerie stillness, a silence that spoke volumes. It was as if time had stopped here, preserving the room in a state of perpetual abandonment. The dust lay thick on every surface, undisturbed by human touch. It was a place frozen in time, waiting for someone to uncover its secrets. Our excitement, usually reserved for unearthing vintage lunchboxes and forgotten toys, turned to unease. The thrill of discovery was overshadowed by a growing sense of dread. This was no ordinary room. It felt different, charged with an energy that made the hairs on the back of our necks stand up. We exchanged uneasy glances, each of us feeling the same unspoken fear. This room wasn't meant for storage. It felt wrong, tainted. There was an unsettling atmosphere that clung to the walls, a sense of foreboding that was impossible to ignore. It was as if the room itself was warning us to leave, to turn back before we uncovered something best left hidden. The air was thick with tension, every breath a struggle against the oppressive atmosphere. Our eyes adjusted to the dimness, revealing the source of our sudden discomfort. In the corner, shrouded in shadows, stood a row of mannequins, their lifeless eyes staring back at us. They were draped in old, tattered clothing, their faces frozen in eerie expressions. It was a sight that sent chills down our spines, a reminder that we were not alone in this forgotten room. The mannequins seemed to watch us, their presence adding to the growing sense of unease. We knew we had to explore further, but the fear of what we might find next was almost paralyzing. Mannequins, dozens of them. Frozen in a silent tableau, their lifeless eyes stared through us. Each one was posed differently, some seated, others standing. Their plastic skin cold and unsettling beneath our touch. Their clothes, once vibrant, were now faded and tattered remnants of bygone eras. A shiver ran down my spine, a primal fear triggered by their unnervingly lifelike presence. This wasn't a department store display, it was something far more sinister. The air grew heavy, the temperature noticeably dropping. Our breath formed wispy clouds in the sudden chill. The camera in my hand, usually cool to the touch, felt strangely warm. The hair on my arms stood on end. We were surrounded by an oppressive energy, a palpable darkness that seemed to emanate from the mannequins themselves. This wasn't just an old building, it was a conduit, a beacon for something unseen. A floorboard creaked behind us. We spun around, hearts pounding, but found nothing, just the mannequins, their vacant eyes following our every move. Then we heard it again, a faint whispering like voices carried on the wind. Our eyes darted around the room, searching for the source of the sound. Was it the wind whistling through the cracks in the walls? Or something else, something unseen that shared this space with us and the silent sentinels? Section 5. Sally. One mannequin in particular drew our attention. She sat on a dusty chaise lounge, her porcelain face cracked and stained. Scrawled on the wall above her, in what looked like charcoal, was a single word: Sally. Sally. The name hung in the air, heavy with unspoken stories and forgotten tragedies. Who was Sally? And why was her name scrawled above this unsettling effigy? The questions, like the whispers, remained unanswered. Section 6. Scratched and broken. The silence was broken by the sharp crack of splintering wood. A nearby mannequin, its arm raised as if in greeting, toppled over, its body shattering into 100 plastic pieces. We both jumped back, startled by the suddenness of it all. Examining the fallen figure, we noticed deep scratches etched into the floor surrounding it. Scratches that hadn't been there before. It was as if something had pushed it, something unseen and full of rage. Section 7. A moment of humor. Well, I said, trying to lighten the mood, at least we know these things aren't possessed by demons. They're just really bad at standing up. My attempt at humor fell flat. The air was too thick, the silence too heavy. Even I, a seasoned paranormal investigator, couldn't shake the feeling that we were being watched, judged by the silent eyes of the mannequins. Section 8. The long drive home. We left the way we came, our footsteps echoing in the silence. The building seemed to breathe with us, each step we took reverberating through the empty halls. It was as if the walls themselves were whispering secrets, secrets we were never meant to uncover. The air was thick with an unspoken tension, a palpable sense of dread that clung to us like a second skin. The car ride home was a blur of nervous energy and whispered speculation. We were all trying to make sense of what we had seen, but the pieces just didn't fit together. The road stretched out before us, an endless ribbon of darkness, and the headlights seemed to barely pierce the gloom. Every shadow seemed to hold a threat, every rustle of leaves a potential danger. We spoke in hushed tones, afraid that raising our voices might somehow summon the very thing we were trying to escape. What had we stumbled upon, and what did it all mean? The questions swirled in our minds, each more unsettling than the last. We had entered that building out of curiosity, but we left with a sense of foreboding that we couldn't shake. The faces around me were pale, eyes wide with fear and confusion. We were all trying to process the day's events, but the more we thought about it, the less sense it made. The events of the day played over and over in my mind, each replay more unsettling than the last. The mannequins, the whispers, the sudden cold, it all felt like a twisted dream. The mannequins stood there, lifeless yet somehow menacing, their blank eyes seeming to follow us as we moved. The whispers were faint, almost imperceptible, but they carried a weight that was impossible to ignore. And the cold, it was a chill that seemed to seep into our very bones, a cold that no amount of warmth could dispel. And the name Sally, all of it pointed to something sinister, something beyond our understanding. The name written in the dust was the final piece of the puzzle, a puzzle that we were terrified to solve. Who was Sally, and why was her name there, in that place? The questions haunted us, and the answers seemed just out of reach. As we drove through the night, the name Sally echoed in my mind, a constant reminder of the darkness we had encountered. It was a name that seemed to hold a power that we were only beginning to comprehend. The drive home was long, but it felt like we were driving away from more than just a building. We were driving away from a mystery that had ensnared us, a mystery that we knew we couldn't leave behind. The road ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear: our lives would never be the same again. Section 9. Reviewing the footage. Back at my office, I reviewed the footage. The camera had captured everything, the dust, the decay, the oppressive atmosphere. But there was something else, something I hadn't noticed before. In the background, partially obscured by the shadows, was a figure. Tall and slender, it seemed to glide across the room, its movements too fluid, too deliberate to be human. Section 10. Unexplained phenomena. The discovery sent a chill down my spine. Was this the source of the whispers, the unseen entity that had pushed over the mannequin, or was it something else entirely, something even more terrifying? The evidence was inconclusive, open to interpretation. But one thing was certain: we had stumbled upon something truly unsettling, something that defied rational explanation. Section 11. Conclusion, a haunting reminder. The abandoned building and its silent inhabitants serve as a haunting reminder that there are still mysteries in this world that we may never fully understand. These places, shrouded in darkness and silence, hold secrets that defy explanation. Places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin, where the boundary between the living and the dead blurs, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and unease, and where the echoes of the past linger long after the living have moved on. The walls of these buildings seem to whisper stories of those who once walked their halls, their voices carried on the wind. The experience left an indelible mark on me, a feeling that I carry with me to this day. It's a reminder of the fragility of our understanding and the vast unknown that lies just beyond our perception. A constant reminder that some doors are best left unopened, that some mysteries are better left unsolved. The allure of the unknown is powerful, but it comes with a price. Some secrets best left buried. But the curiosity remains, a nagging thought that perhaps, just perhaps, there is something more to discover. Something that could change everything we know. A persistent whisper in the back of my mind, urging me to return, to face the darkness once more. It's a call that is hard to ignore, a pull that is both terrifying and exhilarating, to delve deeper into the darkness, to uncover the layers of history and mystery that lie hidden beneath the surface. Each step taken into the unknown is a step closer to understanding, but also a step further into the abyss, and uncover the truth behind the chilling discovery of the mannequins. These lifeless figures, standing silently in the shadows, seem to hold a story of their own, a story that begs to be told. The mannequins, with their hauntingly realistic features, seem almost alive, as if they are waiting for something or someone. Their presence adds to the eerie atmosphere, making the building feel even more unsettling. Among the debris, old photographs lie scattered on the floor, their images faded and covered in dust. These photographs are glimpses into the past, capturing moments that have long since been forgotten. One photograph in particular catches my eye, a family portrait. The faces in the picture are solemn, their eyes staring back at me with an intensity that sends chills down my spine. Who were these people? What happened to them? Nearby, an old tattered journal sits on a table, its pages yellowed with age. The journal is filled with handwritten notes detailing the daily lives of the building's former inhabitants. As I read through the entries, I can't help but feel a connection to these people, as if their spirits are still present, watching over me. A flickering candle in the corner of the room casts eerie shadows on the walls, adding to the sense of unease. The candle's flame dances in the darkness, creating an almost hypnotic effect. In the corner, a dusty old mirror reflects a distorted image of the room. The mirror's surface is cracked and dirty, making it difficult to see clearly. But as I stare into it, I can't shake the feeling that something is watching me from the other side. As I continue to explore the building, my flashlight beam cuts through the darkness, revealing more of the eerie surroundings. Each step I take is filled with anticipation and dread, as I wonder what I will uncover next. I come across a locked door, old and rusted. The door seems to beckon me, urging me to open it and discover what lies beyond. But I hesitate, knowing that some things are better left undisturbed. My hand reaches for the doorknob, trembling with both fear and excitement. What secrets does this door hold? What will I find on the other side? As I turn the doorknob and the door slowly creaks open, a sense of foreboding washes over me. The darkness beyond the door seems to swallow the light, and I take a deep breath before stepping inside. The room is filled with more mannequins, their lifeless eyes staring blankly ahead. The air is thick with dust and the smell of decay, making it difficult to breathe. One mannequin's hand catches my attention. It is eerily lifelike, with veins and wrinkles that make it look almost human. I can't help but wonder who created these mannequins and why they were left here. Feeling overwhelmed, I back away from the mannequins, my heart pounding in my chest. The sense of unease is almost unbearable, and I know that I need to leave this place. As I walk out of the building, I can't help but look back one last time. The experience has left a lasting impression on me, a haunting reminder of the mysteries that still exist in this world. The abandoned building bathed in moonlight stands as a testament to the unknown. It is a place where the past and present collide, where the living and the dead coexist. As I walk away, disappearing into the night, I know that I will never forget this experience. It has changed me, made me more aware of the thin veil that separates our world from the next. The moon shines brightly in the night sky, casting an eerie glow over the landscape. It is a reminder that there is still so much we do not understand, so many mysteries waiting to be uncovered. As the clouds pass by the moon, I can't help but feel a sense of wonder and curiosity. The world is full of unknowns, and it is up to us to explore and discover the truths that lie hidden in the shadows. With my flashlight beam guiding the way, I continue down the dark path, ready to face whatever lies ahead. The journey is far from over, and the mysteries of the abandoned building are just the beginning. As I walk into the distance, my silhouette against the night sky, I am filled with a sense of purpose. The haunting reminder of the abandoned building will stay with me, urging me to keep searching, to keep uncovering the secrets of the earth.